the Toad in the Hole.
Yeah.
And and then I was able to little by little progress with projects like going to the butcher's room. Like, okay, we're going to throw you in there. You're going to be done with breakfast at this time, so I need you to be in the butcher's room at this time. Help me, fillet fish, portion, and stuff like that. And then that progressed to like, okay, we're going to offer you a sous chef position to oversee the AM production of, breakfast, butchery, and also, stocks, consommes, anything that needs to be done for the station. And so that was like, I think that was the goal that I was looking for. I felt like, holy shit, I'm a sous chef. At the time, I think we just got the second Michelin star.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck, this is
And you got the first one. How was that?
Well, we never got the first one. We started off with 2.
Oh, you started off with 2.
Yeah.
Oh, skip right to 2.
Skip right to 2.
Damn.
Yeah. And that
must have felt so amazing. Like you built it from the ground up, and
then that, and then like the one to watch via San Pellegrino,
exactly,
and then the Michael Bauer, 4-star review.
And Kyle was he was older.
Yeah,
I mean, how old was he? How old was he when he
40? We opened.
He was 40, right? Yeah. I mean, Thomas Keller, same shit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So all of you that are out there beating yourselves up for not getting your fucking stars early, don't worry, bro.
But, the beautiful thing about Single Thread when we opened, every chef de partie, and that was all that was hired, every chef de partie had left their job and they were either an executive chef or a CDC or a sous chef.
Yeah.
And they moved out there because there were people that moved out there from, Chicago to Los Angeles, from New York, that took a step down to be a chef de partie.
Yeah.
And to help open this restaurant. And I think that's what was a beautiful thing to see, the love of the industry.
The
push.
teamwork,
Yeah, and granted, like, I was the only one without any Michelin experience. Like, everyone else came from, like, Providence in LA or EMP and stuff like that. So, there was the first, like, 6 months, I had to have a few talks with Chef Kyle. I was like, I don't know if I should be here because, like, I'm fucking getting my ass kicked. And I felt like just kind of, you mind fuck yourself. I just felt like I was letting someone down. And, I just need that reassurance. And he's like, no, I think you're doing great.
Yeah.
Just keep
it's supposed
pushing.
to be hard.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
really hard.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to have those butterflies every day. Like, I don't know if we're going to make it, guys.
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. Staff meal's up in 30 minutes. Then we got to clean down. Then we got to prep, like, 8 more things.
Yeah, like, even though I got to stage at some of these places and learn how to scratch.
Yeah.
And, like, fuck.
You know what's crazy though? I would say like from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. that is the most stressful period of time. Yeah. But I got to say by 5:30, most of the time, and I think probably like 350 days out of the year, you're ready for service. And you might not have a great service, but you're at least ready.
Oh yeah.
I remember I'd always do like my last knife cut at like 5:30, sometimes 6. But you know what I mean? It's just like, all right, now I'm ready for service.
Or it's like picking not the herbs to order, but you're like, I'm still gonna push these chervil out real quick.
Yeah. We had a dish. It was sorrel potatoes, one of those dishes that Chef's Costa is really famous for.
Yeah.
The beeswax potato with the potato gravel and it had nori in it.
Yeah.
Things like that. We used to make a vinegar out of fucking sorrel.
Okay.
And he wanted it green, right? So we'd have to pestle it to order and like squeeze it out of a cheesecloth. But it goes brown in literally fucking 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So if like you had to time it correct, so we were putting like the last little bit on the dish, and then you're like, okay, here you go. You know what I mean? There was always like that 3 seconds of like, oh my god, I'm going to lose my job if I don't. You know what I mean? But I think that kind of pressure is, I mean, that's what makes champions.
Yeah, and there was this first dish. It was sunchokes. It was like a vanilla bean, bone marrow sunchoke puree, hearth roasted sunchokes, guanciale, watercress, and there was also this watercress puree. But it was hard to dial in because it had a little xanthan in it, and the ratio was always off depending on the batch of watercress.
Yeah,
and either it was too thick or it was just one of those
thin
things like, this fucking sauce needs to go. It's
it's the one that you fear for tasting hour,
literally,
because you're like, they're gonna hate this.
Yeah. So
you either try to put it in first or right at the end and be like, look, we had problems with this yesterday and the day before, we're probably gonna have issues with it, here it is. Try to get some sympathy, you know.
Yeah, that's funny as you say a tasting hour. Chef Kyle never tasted anything.
Really?
Yeah, there was no tasting hour. Like, he left it up to his sous chefs.
Yeah.
And, if he came around and was like, oh, let me get a slice of the duck, let me taste it type thing. But that's how he's like, I have trust in you guys to push this. You guys have become, you came from, managerial backgrounds. You guys should know. And so, like, that was, like, kind of very eye-opening. Like, that's like, wow, he's putting a lot of trust in us.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Because then there's the chefs that don't trust you.
Yeah.
And they're like, running over, grabbing the sauce out of your hand to taste it.
Exactly,
and they're like,
yeah. Man, I think that's what even felt, getting some of these accolades, like, a little more personal. Like, man, like, we were in this together. Like, we were pushing together. We were be creative.
So it felt
together.
like the stars were yours instead, like the chef.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
That's so cool, man.
I remember randomly for family meal, I made we were doing tacos, a salsa out of pureed green tops, avocado, blood orange, and radicchio. I had no idea why I threw those together, but Chef Kyle liked it. He's like, we need to put this on a dish. And I'm like, ain't no fucking way.
Yeah.
We're going to put this on
You're
a
like,
dish.
I don't even like this.
Yeah. It looks like shit. He goes, it does look like shit, but it's like, if we reconstruct it and, like, grill the radicchio, marinate it like that, he goes, I think it has some legs. I was like, once he did that, like, I remember my station partner, Hunter, he worked Hearth with me. He's like, can't believe you got this long. Like,
yeah.
Put it on a duck dish with, like, a blood orange set.
Yeah.
And I was like, he goes, I can't believe that was a fucking family meal item.
Every time he's plating it, he's like, fuck you, man. Right?
Literally.
He's like, you're again putting this goddamn ketchup mayo on this.
And that's what Chef Kyle really wanted. If people had ideas, he wanted to see it, whether it would be a sauce, a puree, a preservation, or whatever the case may be. Like, again, I think we all came from backgrounds to push ourselves, and so when we started coming up with ideas and flows of new items, it was more as a unit instead of just like, oh, the CD is going to create his own thing, Kyle's going to give his input, and that's it. But no, there was a lot of input, and still a lot of input going on, I believe.
Did you work with Lydia?
Yeah.
Lydia Lee?
Yeah.
All right, shout out to Lydia.
Yeah. Love Lydia. Actually, I reached out to her because Meta was at Audrey.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
I gave her, a message on Instagram like, hey, if you're in town, you should go eat at one of our restaurants down there. But
yeah,
I loved her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She became
front.
Yeah, she became front of the house at the restaurant, but that was only to get into the kitchen because she was, they didn't have any positions available.
Yeah.
But she did it for quite a while. I think it was like 3 months or something. And then she went to the kitchen, and then
because her husband, boyfriend?
Yeah, Joe Maggio. I think they're getting married next month. Congratulations to Joe Maggio and them. Lovely people. I'm going to do a podcast with them when I go up to Napa.
Oh, nice.
So I'm excited to have them on. But Lydia was we had this man named Richard Wang.
Okay.
And Richard Wang was like the administrative sous chef, food cost, bridging chef's schedule with the chef, and like just trying to coordinate shit for chef flights. Fucking, I'm talking. He would fly all the chefs in for 12 days. He would plan their stays. He's got the mind of a rocket scientist because he is a rocket scientist. But then he decided to go into cooking. But I'll see him in LA, so hopefully I can get him on the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
But she took his job.
Oh, okay.
So she was that person for me while I was at Charter Oak.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I relied on her very heavily. Like we had to get food costs done. We had to recipe logging. Because she's way faster at typing than I was. So I was like, look, I'll make you a deal. I'll write it down for you. You got to type it. You know what I mean?
I wish I had that person.
Oh my god, dude! I'm telling you, bro. Well, they got the thing now. They got the talk to text. So
yeah, but half the time I have to like. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to
say
this, so I have to
no. So what I'm doing now? Well, what I should have done and what I want to do is record the show, but also have script it out. Yeah, because sometimes like I like to go back and listen to the show, but also I would like to just go back and read it. Yeah, because then I can pull quotes. You know what I mean? And it'll be just an easier way to pull quotes, and then just compiling it into a book. A book of conversations. You know?
Nice.
So I think at some point I will do that. Just got to get my shit together. So single thread. How long did you say that?
3 years.
3 years, got
Yeah.
you. And what made you sort of make the change? What made you want to leave?
It was the beauty of single thread. There was a lot of couples there. Kyle and Katina, all the sous chefs had a significant other there.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of couples, and me and my girlfriend at the time went out there. I was like, well, if this isn't a sign that she's the one, to move across country, to live in California, to open this place, and then going from totally opposite schedules of me going into work at 5, getting off at like 8 or 9 at night, but she going into work at 1 and getting off at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
So our times together was not the best.
Yeah.
Not yet, but we progressed, and I was like, okay, we're going to get married. Proposed out there,
How'd you propose?
We went to, she's going to kill me. I forget the beach.
Oh, you.
Shell Beach.
We'll call it that.
Maybe the
was
beach.
Was there a lot of shells?
Yeah. But the funny thing was is that I got in the water playing with our dog because we can just take our dog to the beach. But anyways, Jenner Beach.
Okay, got you.
Just on the beach, willy-nilly. It was good because we talked about getting married. It was a surprise that I proposed. She knew I had the ring. She didn't know when it was going to happen, type thing.
She knew you had the ring. Gotcha.
Yeah, because we took a piece of jewelry from her grandmother and made it into a ring.
Oh, got you.
So
all
just
right.
so like there was some significance.
How long after you got the ring did you propose?
Maybe like 2 months.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Was there some times that you were maybe going to propose and then you were like, shit,
A few.
Tonight's not the night. Okay.
Funny enough, the jeweler called me and said the ring was ready while we were doing a dinner with John Shields, and I was prepping right next to Shields. Like, oh shit, I gotta go. He's like, okay, and I come back and see what I got. He's like, holy shit.
Yeah, he's
like, it's gonna happen soon. He's like, oh man, congratulations.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
But we were like, okay, that was a chapter in our life. If we're gonna get married, there has to be a new chapter.
Yeah.
Like again, it's expensive to live out in California.
It really is. Yeah, and you're in Healdsburg.
Yeah.
Fucking an hour away from any kind of.
Yeah,
real grocery store. Like
there was a shop and save.
Okay. I hope so because it's like some of those little towns you go to, like Aspen, for example.
Never been, but I've heard.
Like when I went there, I was like, thank God I bought a nice shirt like in one of these bunky towns over here because if not, once I got up there, I was looking because I only bought one shirt. And I was like, I need another shirt. And I was like, $400 T-shirts. And I'm like, bro, come on, Aspen.
When we first moved to Healdsburg and we started walking around, like, oh, this is a great small town. We went to some of the shops, like, what's a fucking $100 T-shirt?
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
We just decided, like, okay, we're gonna move back to the Midwest.
Got you.
We didn't really have St. Louis eyed out, but we met in St. Louis. She went to St. Louis University.
Yeah.
There was a huge church, Catholic church that she always went to when she went to school here, and that's where she wanted to get married at. So I was like, okay, that's fine. We can do that. And so little by little, living out there, we've made all the arrangements of getting married there. Flew in a few times to look at different venues, to have the reception.
Yeah.
And so we had the wedding in September. Like literally we moved September 19th. No, September 13th. Got married on the 22nd. And then the next day flew to Spain for 3 weeks. Hung out in Spain and Portugal. Beautiful. Fucking amazing. Still had no idea what to do and what we were going to do in our culinary world.
Were you gone from single at that point?
Yeah.
How did that go over? When you were like, "Hey, we got to go."
I went really well. We had coffee with Kyle and Katina, and we're like, "Look, you guys mean so much to us, but for this next chapter, we're gonna probably move." But it was like a 4 or 5 month notice.
Yeah, that's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Like you've taken a leap of faith on us. We're gonna give you plenty of notice because. You're gonna lose 2 employees at once. Basically. Yeah.
That's the problem with couple restaurants.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you lose 2 people, you're losing 4, bro.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's rough.
Yeah, and thankfully it was right before pandemic And so we got to do a little traveling. Like we went down to Blackberry Farms and staged there. We looked at this distillery